And then over here, it's just these two holding off these guys. So you could see the ridiculous force of nature Auguste is. Here comes Karis. Ooh, dang. Oh boy. What's up everybody, it's your boy Showtime Doctor. So this video is going to be all about Tower of Adversity in-game PVE that's currently going on the Taiwan and Chinese servers. I wanted to give you guys a preview of what you can expect and why me along with a couple others have asked the devs for accelerated shard farming to be ready for this, because this could pop up as early as 5 months from now. And we are not going to be ready at all, but I will get into that further. So what you're seeing on the screen is the actual Tower of Adversity. There are 3 stages to it. It says Deep 1, Deep 2, Deep 3. The 3 stages separate free-to-play from whales for the most part. Number 1, everyone can do, and there's pretty much no problem with it. Number 2, the best free-to-play accounts, along with like dolphin accounts for whales and etc., are in there, and that is currently the wall for free-to-play right now. And the 3rd level is all whale territory. There's absolutely, super whale territory, by the way. There's absolutely 0 free-to-play even in there. So one of the things about my channel that I've told you guys is this channel is going to be dedicated to helping free-to-play not only breach that level 3, but get to the point where we can clear it comfortably. And this is all going to take some very beefy units and some very beefy rainbows. So let's keep going with the... but as you can see, it's very similar to regular tower as far as scores and all that. So let's go ahead, get you guys a look at this. Now, what's going to happen is it resets, I've heard every 2 weeks and I've heard every week. And I think I'm leaning towards every 2 weeks because I think I saw a picture where it was like 10 days to go. There are going to be 2 paths once you get inside Tower of Adversity. You're going to need 2 teams of 6 people. And you get to set up all their gear, all their skills, whatever other stuff you want to mess with, right? Your tarots. And then once you're done with that, your engravings and everything, that's it. Once you start one of these dungeons, that team is locked. You cannot change that team, and you need 2 of them to continue forward. And they both need to go into both of these dungeons, there's 2 each, and clear them as quickly as possible. And all of these are going to have various effects, just like regular tower, where it's going to say things like physical damage immune, magical damage immune, boss cannot be targeted, AoE damage preferred, single target damage preferred. And there's going to be punishments if you try to use other types of damage, as I will show you in my example video later. And so when you read all these, and you get to test them, of course, with the heart system, but you have to put together the team that can clear this the fastest possible, which means you're going to have not only DPS of the appropriate variety, you're going to have proper support that is going to help them keep their energy up so that they can consistently do their skills, cooldown reduction to further do those skills, and of course buffs and debuffs. And you are going to have to put together the perfect teams. This is the ranking system, so the Chinese server versus the Taiwan server is a little different. This is the Taiwan server, so it says top 5. But I believe the Chinese server, it's like top 100 or something like that, just because there's more people playing the game. A basic explanation. But from what you can see here with the rewards, Hope Luxite, that currency is going to be used in a shop that you are going to be able to purchase signature weapons for, which are going to be the big beefy weapons eventually coming down the road. We get the first one free with alternate Rawiyah. She gets hers for free. That's why she's a top tier unit. Of course, there's your frame, so you can show it off. You get a free trinket or a free legendary weapon randomly. And then whatever's in that chest, because there's a couple different chests that look like that, but it's going to be some type of item where you can improve your stats. What you want to get is as much currency as possible to be able to buy up to 2 signature weapons in a month. And I'm not even sure if it's random signature weapons or if it's going to be something you can select. I actually think it's random, but I'll have to see a picture of the shop itself if someone can provide that at some point. We are all competing with each other on this, so unlike PvP where we can all just break into Radiance and we're all there like, yeah, this is actually going to be competition to where top 95% of accounts, 90, 70, and etc. Now, that doesn't include accounts that are no longer being played, so reroll accounts, people that have quit the game for various reasons. We don't have to worry about that, so a lot of us are going to jump up. I don't know what you want to estimate that is, but maybe 20 to 30%, right? And from there, you are going to have to get your score, because your score is entirely based on how quickly you clear. This is going to be what's going to determine how fast you are able to farm up these amazing weapons. So let's go ahead. I will show you guys an example of some of the characters that were used on a particular dungeon. I don't know the rules of whatever this dungeon was, but we can take into account the characters and probably guess the situations that it was about. So if you look on the right, you can see there are certain characters and a lot of them repeat each other. Also, apologies for the picture. I couldn't find my picture of this, so I just had to take from a video I did in the past. But if you look on the right, so there's certain characters there. On the very top one, alternate Rawia, she's on every team. Safia is right next to her, and she's on 2 of the teams. Where you don't see her, you see Auguste, who's the guy with the eye patch. Gloria's on every team. Coco's on every team. Homa's on every team, and that's Tyre at the top left there. He's also on every team. So what do all these characters do? Alternate Rawia is top tier Seeker, surpassing Cole currently. Mainly because she gets her free signature weapon. That's one thing. To where a lot of these characters, when they get their signature weapons, you still got to go farm it. You still got to get it to 5-star and etc. So it's going to take a while to truly recognize their power. But in her case, she already gets one, so you get to see she excels very well at AoE damage. That's one of her things. Can actually do really good single target damage as well as takes extra turns. Safia, I mean, what can you say? Mark, she can summon units. She has a dodge. She does very good sustained DPS on anything that's marked. Great unit. Gloria, I mean, at 6-star, Gloria has 50% armor ignore, mobility like crazy. She can throw stuff. She has cleave. She has AoE damage. She has single target damage, push, buffs, what have you. Coco, we're just getting ready to see her next week. Coco is basically top tier tank. That is also, she can heal, she can debuff, she can buff, and she just does a myriad of things that, especially at 5 stars, she's just a critical component to teams because she fills a bunch of roles at once. Buffing, debuffing, tanking, that type of thing. And Homa is the lady with the brown hair there. Homa is the person that everyone says that her and Auguste are like salt and pepper, peanut butter and jelly. From what I know of Homa, she has follow-up attacks that follow up from a very long range with her parrot that she has. She also has the best physical defense debuff in the game at 60%, as well as a movement buff that she gives to people like Auguste, who, from what I hear, Auguste moves very similarly to Rawia. So not that far, basically, 3 squares, so you gotta pump him up so he can go and he can do the extra damage and get his extra turns and just destroy stuff for you, right? And then at the very end, once again, is Tyre with the white hair on the left there on the top picture. Tyre is meta breaking in PvP. He has a speed mechanic that basically makes everybody faster. So that also floats over to PvE, because if you're taking turns first, you're getting your debuffs off first, you're getting your buffs off first, you're getting your offense off first, you're setting up whatever it is you're trying to do depending on the challenge that's in front of you, you get to do it first. And I remember in Epic 7 PvP, the team that got all their stuff off first usually won within the first couple rounds, right? So it's no surprise to see him as a support. He actually becomes top tier support along with Anana in different ways, but also more enabling of DPS, I guess is the easier way to say. Whereas Anana, she can help with DPS, but she's more often associated with healing and a little bit of buffing, right? So those are the effective characters that, at least on this one, you can kind of infer from this map. Yeah, there was probably physical DPS, right? You need physical DPS, AoE damage, and possibly single target damage too, but you have your good debuffers, Safia and Homa. You got a great buffers in Gloria, Coco, and Tyr. And these are the scores, as you can see. 354.07 was what the number one person got, and the one right behind him was down 9 points. And these are obviously all like have to be either mega wells or pretty good wells. And that's what the competition is going to be like on this. So we got to be prepared. So when I asked the devs for accelerated farm, or excuse me, shard farming, so that we can match the accelerated pace at the server to where 5 months we're going to see this, then that is pretty much why, because we are going to have 12 characters ready for this. And when I say ready for this, I mean 5-star weapons, 5-star gear, the best tarot you can get, the best percentage engravings that you can get. That type of thing is what we're definitely going to need. Here's the picture with the best engravings you can get, rainbow, depending on which one you use. Just so you can be clear, go ahead and check that against what you got and work it up if you can. Of course, the rainbow ones are super expensive, so do that with care, but just keep in mind that certain percentage combos you want together, obviously magic attack with magic flat, physical attack with physical flat, if you got a tank, the P defense stuff, maybe the M defense stuff for a magical tank, HP if you need HP for whatever reason. Those are the things that you are going to be looking into to get your account ready for this. And I'm going to go ahead and show you an example dungeon right now. Alright, here we go. I'm going to stay out the way of this one. Eventually I adjusted the capture, but we'll just have to roll with this for now. So on the field, there's alternate Rawia. You'll see just how ridiculous she is. Jeez, dude. Safia's on the board. Akambe, I believe, is in there somewhere. Yeah, there he is with the cane. Coco's there, Gloria's there, and Tyr's there. So Homa, the 3 Homas down at the bottom are the actual bosses. These pigs that are here right now, they're here normally, but they're also a punishment mechanic. Not these particular ones, but anytime single target damage is done to any of the Homas down below, as you'll see later, a bunch of these pigs show up. So that's what punishment mechanics are all about. Now, if your DPS has the energy and the DPS to handle them, then doing additional damage to the Homas isn't necessarily a big deal because you are killing them faster, even though it's with single target damage. You're just going to have to figure out punishment mechanics like that, how that's going to work for your team. There's the summon creep right there from Safia. Hopefully we'll get to see her fairly soon. We were supposed to have her by now. Didn't happen. Might be the speed buff. There goes the capture. This was Celion showing me this a couple months ago. Oh, capture went a little crazy. Okay. So guess who's going over to dome all the pigs again? So now they're clear to work their way down to the boss. The wolf is apparently on our side. Here goes Sophia. So of course that dust is going to block all single target range damage. Get the bomb out of that, that's nice. See what Tyre wants to do. Yeah, a lot of thought has to go into this, because you got to be really sure this is going to help me kill these dudes faster or survive, or whatever your current goal is. Miss Coco. I think the issue is they have to be careful how they approach these three, because you're going to get a lot of initial damage from them. Because even though they don't move, they still got all their skill cooldowns. That's why Sophia is the perfect candidate, because she can build up dodge. And there's the punishment mechanic, because there was single target damage. Oh look, convenient rock. And Cillian's like, someone else can hit the rock. This is my AoE'er, let's go. Look at those beautiful marks. There goes the first row of pigs. Ambe apparently has everything on cooldown. But yeah, I guess Coco can kind of serve as a off healer in this scenario, because if you take a full healer, you don't always need them because you need the damage. So Coco, she not only brings that, she brings buffs, got a debuff, and she's also kind of off healing with her bento and breakfast. Now Gloria, she can contribute to the AoE damage. What those scrolls are up there, I actually don't know. Dylan seems to be avoiding them, but I wonder if maybe it's something where you want to start using them during the burn down phase, like in a World of Warcraft raid, you know? Here comes a double attack. Yeah, Homa has a little extra attack. Now these pirate guys, from what I remember, I think they can do an AoE too. Maybe it's just the bomb. Yeah, Combat can also summon units. Oh, that's right, it's these units I'm thinking of. They do AoE. There it goes, yeah. Beautiful. So think about this, without the need for a healer, because there's extra bodies on the field. So that's going to soak up a lot of the damage. Oh wow, they can swap, that's cool. Put Gloria all the way down there. I didn't catch that last time. There you go. Getting the buffs out. You see a lot of people choose to run that Wheel of Fortune just for all the extra stuff. It's very popular in PvP as well. Look at that damage, ooh. Even Safia's taking some. Comes the buzzsaw. You always wonder how Rawia went from young sword badass to older big sword. That's all good. Man, look at all those skills Tyre has. That guy's gonna be a must pull. I forget who it was, but in Dotato's video, one of the higher up content creators on the Chinese servers said there's two types of PvP. PvP with Tyre and without Tyre. Just to show you how strong he is. Because right now, Simona's dominating PvP. Probably Momo coming in to help counteract that a bit. So they're cleaned up pretty good so far. Almost got the first one down. Oof, Coco down. That might be a take back, yeah. Guess we're not going over there. Big mushroom attack. And there's your big punishment mechanic. I think Cillian's just trying to finish that one off before it can take a turn. To, not the best results, unfortunately. Your boy Stinger. I love that character. I think he's undervalued. This should be a glorious AoE. Yeah. Great placement here. Yeah, I figure, from what I could see here, Cillian can handle the extra pigs about once every 3 turns, it looks like. Because that's when alternate Raria's cooldown is up for that skill. And that's that for that one. I forgot, I was looking for this other video this whole time, and they're actually connected, so I'm going to show you guys the second Tower of Adversity map. that happens. But as you can see, you have to go with both teams locked. If you don't complete the whole thing, it doesn't count. So this map, I'll explain it to you so you can see the finer points of it. There's two sides, and all of these mobs are trying to get to the point. It's going to be on the upper left where the towers are. Upper right as well. And if enough of them get there, you lose. That dude in the center up there, you could see, he's untargetable, but he's also the boss. He only takes damage based on the mobs getting killed. So on the battlefield over here on the left, you got Karis, Princess Guard, Inanna, Beryl. Over there is Auguste and Homa. Peanut butter and jelly, like I told you before. So her with the buff book's actually a good call. I have to remember that. Oh, I forgot. There's like some rando dude joins the call and talks for a while. Sorry about that. I can mute him. Oh well. I got him after about like 50 seconds, so just bear with it. But Auguste here, he's getting additional movement on top of buffs. And yeah, you see that thunder going off every time someone dies. Over here is Ida, Karis, Inanna, Beryl, and Princess Guard. And they gotta hold this side. And you see, they got the bigger side to hold, because it's a lot more mobs over there. So what are they going to do? They have to slow them down with tile effects. They got an AoE, but they also got to keep their energy up and their cooldown reduction up. Beryl's great for that, obviously, just by herself. I believe Ida right here is being used as magic debuffer, as well as energy. No, she doesn't have her energy resto skill. Okay, so she's a straight buffer here. I'm not sure what Karis's energy regen capabilities are, but obviously there's a good tarot for that. And Anna helps as well. And yeah, they just got to handle this crew. So you're going to see the tiles go between ice, fire, and wine. And Karis, I believe on the tier list, she's rated like tier 1 or tier 1.5. This might change your mind. Just saying. We got 2 charge up AoE casts going off. Princess Guard is holding the fort because when you get Inanna to 5-star, Princess Guard gets a 25% boost, I believe it is, to defense and attack. And you'll see a couple times he gets real close, so being able to summon those additional Princess Guards comes in clutch. And then over here, it's just these two holding off these guys. So you could see the ridiculous force of nature Auguste is. Here comes Karis. Ooh, dang. Oh boy. Stun, lots of fire everywhere. Very good. Has a little heal too. Yeah, for me personally, pretty much almost all the characters you've seen in these videos are must pulls for me. Obviously, we got a couple already, Inanna, Ida. I guess Ida wasn't really a must pull. Beryl kind of was, but... Because right now for us, Ida's about the closest we get to fulfilling Gloria's buff role without her damage. But yeah, look at that Princess Guard tanking. Doing a good job. So with this many mobs, there is a point to you can cheese some things like we do in regular tower. But eventually you just gotta have pure kill power, because you see even stuff's getting past Auguste. As much of a machine as that dude is. So everyone's gotta be able to pull their weight. Regardless of cooldown. Regardless of gear. You see, that dude, he's taking about 1/5 of his life right now, so... You're gonna have to kill a lot of dudes to beat this. And just be thinking about your teams right now. Are you prepared? Are your tactics prepared? Are you farmed enough on your talents? Are your engravings as good as you can get them? You know, within reason. It'd be impossible to get perfect engravings. Do you have a team that can do this twice with you not monkeying around with stuff? That's gonna be endgame. Light of the Princess. She takes 90% of her health. And then her range extends and she's healing a lot more at the end of every round to everybody within range. I wonder if Biscuit is her movement buff. Look at that, Homa. Smashing 2 cats. She's a must pull for me. Here's Homa's follow-up. Here comes a big AoE. Dang. You imagine standing behind him when he did that? Jeez. Now we got Ice over here. Karis is eyeballing these cats. Kind of a risky play, but I like it. Aggression. Thought better of it. I didn't know the rock had a bow over it in her skin. That's funny. But yeah, they don't have to rush into things because they got the whole ice field going on, so... These dudes ain't coming up here. This round. And as far as I know for non-legendary units, the only ones that get used on occasion in Tower of Adversity are Angel and Divine Grace, from what I heard. Angel, the reason should be obvious. You may need an extra healer that's not your main healer. She does a very good job. And I think in general for epic and below units, you're gonna need range units because you just need the stats of, at least at first, legendary units. Because their attributes are just more and they can tank these things. Versus you might have an epic unit that's really good, but it's melee, so it's just gonna get one-shot by stuff like this. Until we get to the point where we have those gears and engravings and etc. If you really want to use them. With Ida, huh? So he really wants to get buff and what else off? Yeah, you have to hit something for that to give you 2 turns, so maybe it was another skill and I just looked at the wrong one. Karis. And you see over here, they basically have this side cleared. 11.7 non-crit, jeez. Respectable 5K. Two AoE's coming. Oh man. Hear all those thunderbolts? These cats are over here like we're done. Princess Guard, look at that. He counters twice? Wonder if that's a 5-star thing too. Maybe it's a buff of some type. With a barrel. Oh, he took it back. I don't know why VLC Media Player audio keeps cutting out a bit. Apologies for that. That ain't gonna work. So you see, even though they were handling that side pretty good, the boss does one thing and it's panic time. I think that got Princess Guard. We're down to one retry. Does it make sense? Because how were you gonna predict that ice move the boss did at that exact time? But you can see the squares. You just never know, because I don't think this boss is clickable. Like I've seen a combo go under like 80%. Urgent order for the healer. You need a fat heal right now. Ooh. Lucky the ice was there. So yeah, you got the team for this yet? They're getting pretty close. Lots of beautiful fire to help cause delay. Get the box. That would be funny if they allowed you, if you were able to get to him, just to push him off. Oh, they got armor. Tower contributing. Imagine how much we're gonna have to rely on that tower. First couple times doing this map, maybe. That should be it. Yeah. So there you have it. Now think about that. So much sustained DPS, energy regen, buffs, debuffs, controlling the ground around you, as well as keeping everybody alive. So that is the definition of Endgame. We have a couple spots open in our guild right now. Our guild does include the Per Platypus PvP winter dev, so once guild PvP rolls around, you know you'll be hanging out with people that know what they're doing. So if you're interested in that, come in the Discord. There's a link in the description. Look for Flood J32 and he'll tell you all the roles and get you hooked up if you want to get in. I think we have like 2 or 3 spots right now. Alright. So that's gonna be it for me. Hey, maybe I should come back on camera, huh? Yo, I'm Showtime Doctor, Showtime DR. You found my YouTube. Hit like and subscribe for the content. Thank y'all for a very good 2 months as a creator. Really appreciate y'all. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.